Hello everyone, I'm Mike Feldberger, and it's time for the Grandview High Banks highlights. We will be recapping the action down at Grandview for 90's night, July the 19th. 90's night was a $10 admission for the fans that get in. The general admission price of $10. Also, many fans were wearing their driver shirts from their favorites of the 90's. So it was 36 small block modified signing in the pit area, 40 Sportsman, and we'll give a recap of the racing action down at Grandview. Your 4 heat winners for the Sportsman class was Mark Moore in the 20M, your first heat winner. Colton Perry in the 36 getting the second heat win. Tom Miller Sr. in the 77, your third heat winner, was Stephen Laubach in the 39X getting the fourth heat win. Consolations were won by Gavin Krupp in the 5K, Kyle Hartzell in the 88K. Small block modifieds, 4 heats. Heat winners were Logan Watt in the 4M. Logan set a one-lap track record during that qualifying event of 14:049. Fastest lap in a small block modified set last night by last week's feature winner, Logan Watt, in the 4M of 14:049. Second heat winner was Darren Schuler in the 74. Eric Corman getting the Bailey Bunch under the checker for the third heat win, with Justin Grimm in the 61 finally shaking off some bad luck, getting the fourth heat win for the small block modifieds. Consolations were won by Rick Laubach in the 7 and Brett Cressley in the 19K. Seemed to be a couple engine issues last night. Ron Herring in the 85, Brett Gilmore in the 7, and Logan Bauman in the 14, all seeming to have engine issues during qualifying. Clay Butler in the 4B came out for hot laps, but we did not see him after that at all. 4B not coming out for the heat or the consolation, so the 4B stayed pitward for the night after hot laps. 25 laps for the Sportsman. Taking the win was last week's runner-up, Ryan Graver, in the 101. Getting second, a strong showing in the 59K, Dakota Kohler, with third, the 35 of Ebby Ridge. Fourth place was Brett Grimm. Brett, who this year had nothing but bad luck qualifying for some of the races, but actually becoming a DNS. He did not start with issues prior to the Sportsman A-Mains, but a good showing for the 611 of Brett Grimm. Kenny Gilmore, again, consistent as usual, getting the 7K under the checker for 5th, with Mark Moore in the 20M 6th, Mike Schneck in the 2S getting the 7th position. Chase Gouler had 2 top 5 runs his last 2 weeks, again a top 10 finish, with Chase Gouler getting 8th in the 2. Dylan Swinehart, the 38S, was 9th, and Gavin Krupp, one of your consolation winners, rounding out the top 10 in the 5K. Stephen Laubach was the early race leader until lap 5, with Ebby Ridge, Dakota Kohler, and Ryan Graver just coming through the field. They're on the march to the front. Graver, who finished second again last week to Joey Vaccaro in the Firecracker 40, getting his second career win, with his first win May 20th, 2023. Mike Schneck was your hard charger, advancing 17 positions, and your halfway leader, Dan's Deli halfway leader, was Ryan Graver. 30-lap modified feature was a doozy from start to finish. Getting his 6th career win, Ryan Watt in the 14W. Cody Manmiller putting the 00 under the checker after 30 laps for a second. Strong run for Cody Manmiller, with Mike Gouler consistent as usual, putting the 53 in the 3rd, the final podium spot after the 30-lap distance was completed for the small block modifieds. Justin Grimm in the 61 shaking off some all-season bad luck, finally getting a finish that he deserved in the 61, getting 4th, with Dwayne Howard, another top 5 finish in the 15G, rounding out your top 5. Logan Watt, last week's feature winner, getting 6th in the 4M, with Brett Cressley in the 19K, your 7th place finisher. Jared Umbenhauer in the 19th was 8th. Craig Von Doren under the checker, 9th in the 30, and rounding out your top 10, Loudon Reimert in the 16. Your hard charger was Brett Cressley, advancing 15 spots, and your halfway leader was Ryan Watt. Darren Schuler led until lap number 10. Ryan Watt assumed command on lap number 12 and was never to be denied the win in the 14W. Again, his 6th career win. 3-car tangle on lap 19 involving Darren Schuler, Bobby Gunther Walsh, and Tim Buckwalter, causing Bobby Gunther Walsh to take a tumble in the 65. The 65 was towed off and did not return, as did neither Darren Schuler. So the Watt family visiting Victory Lane 2 weeks in a row. Logan last week in the Firecracker 40 weekend. Ryan Watt, your feature winner, July the 19th, back to the 90s night. So everyone has a safe and happy week. See everybody back at the Speedway on July the 26th with a 3-division show, small block modified, Sportsman, and the Outlaw Enduro Vintage cars coming to Grandview for the July 26th evening of racing. It will also be an ATV at night where Randy Kane and I will be bringing the racing action to you on tape. And we hope to see everybody there. So again, I'm Mike Feltberger, hoping everybody has a safe and happy week. And see you back at the Grandview Speedway, July the 26th.